Today we wanted to talk about the cost of the home ownership and the understanding it and breaking down for you, which is to be digestible, no?
Absolutely. So we're going to kind of just break down what these things mean in a very simple way. So you're not afraid of costs. You're not saying, "Oh, I can't afford a home," because this balloon of what are costs is out there of making you afraid. We're talking about what are the actual costs and breaking it down by numbers for you, or at least that way you are not so afraid of this bubble anymore. So let's talk about the first one, which is, what is a mortgage payment? What is it?
Which is the monthly payment that your lender basically ask for your home loan that you borrow.
Right, and this is generally going to include property tax and homeowners insurance. So most of the actual things we're talking about is there.
Principal and interest.
Principal and escrow. Principal, interest, and escrow is all included. Also, I would give you a tip that you should try to pick fixed if you're worried about, if you want predictable payments 30 years or 15 years, and you like predictability and you want to keep it fixed. What is a property tax?
Property tax actually is the one that is evaluated by local government based on the value of the property.
Right, and this is not going to stay fixed for 30 years. This is the one part of your payment that is a little variable. They typically stay about 4 to 8 years.
Exactly.
But your escrow account is going to cover this.
Exactly. Therefore, part of your mortgage, you're going to have an account that's called escrow account with the lender, that they basically take that and put that money that you can, every payment that you pay is part of your payment.
All right, talk about the next one, because you do this for us.
Homeowners insurance.
Yeah, what is that?
Homeowners insurance basically protecting your home when you're getting the mortgage, because the bank is paying you for the value of the home and they want you to protect your home against of any damages.
What is your tip? What do you do to our house every single year?
Well, the homeowners insurance is one that you have a control over it, because property tax, you don't have a control. It comes with the local government. But homeowners insurance, basically you can shop for it every year, because it's going to be one part of your mortgage. And then this way you can always look for a deal with a different kind of insurance company to get the one that you want.
So other things, maybe those weren't the ones that scare you. Let's talk about the tasks, right? HVAC, gutters, if you are near trees, checking your roof. Those are things that you should do regularly to keep your costs down. If you want energy efficient, make sure that you are servicing the HVAC. It saves you money every single time. Also, checking the roof, you can DIY this with the drone, or you can just pay someone to go on the roof and check your roof. And gutters, if you live near trees, you're going to have to clean your gutters more often than if you don't have trees.
Yeah, exactly. Therefore, for other like emergency repair that we were talking, if you are not like me or somebody that is skilled for electric or plumbing and you need to hire somebody, definitely setting aside some money, like at least 1% of the value of the home, is going to help you to always keep the house in a good shape.
Right, because that is mostly the biggest fears people have is, oh, what if the pipes burst or emergency? Let's talk about long-term upkeep now. So long-term are things that don't have to do right this every year. They're long-term, every 10 years, every 5 years. This is going to be, updating equipment, roof replacement, possibly painting if you're painting outside. If you have a separate account where you're keeping these long-term upkeeps on and growing interest on that account in the meantime, you'll be in a much better shape. You do have to save for it, but the $10,000 expenses is not every single time. It's when you save for it, it is ready to go.
Exactly. This next thing is the utility management, which is including electric, gas, water, and sewer, and trash, no?
Right. So you want to make sure you're doing as much as possible to save money. And I don't mean you should go without heat in the winter. I am saying reasonable things. Like you should have LED lights, use energy efficiency appliances as much as possible, upgrade your home whenever possible. Whenever tax incentives are out there that you can do something, take advantage, because now you're just going to save money in the long run anyway.
And if you do insulation, proper insulation, that could be not an expensive option. That's going to help you with the utility bill too.
So if you're a first-time homeowner, how do you budget for these type of things?
First, as my wife said, the best smart thing is create a monthly plan, no? Which gonna basically list the income and expenses that you have differently and allocate some funds based on your income to save for the emergency. Anything is around the house gonna happen. No?
Right, so if the emergency does arrive, you should be aiming that savings account to have at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses. That's just always an emergency supply for anything that happens.
Yes.
It could be medical, it could be the house. But if you have that kind of savings in your account, you're in much better shape than most Americans, to be entirely honest. So you will be in a much better shape because you've been saving for these emergency situations. Yay!
And the next thing that this next strategy is planning for the future expenses, because we always adjust our budget base of our income, no? And if your income fluctuates somehow, or you go to the new job or something, then you need to basically look at the planning for your future expenses.
Which basically means if you are making more than you did make when you first bought, kudos to you. That's amazing. Your home price didn't change. Amazing.
Exactly.
But you should still keep on a budget to make sure that you're following and making sure that you have all of these other things in place so you are in a better position. So let's talk about more things. What about I want some new things for my house? Home improvements. How should I be doing everything that I want, or how should I prioritize my home improvements?
Well, prioritizing, no?
How?
And based on the budget.
Not just budget, based on what's going to bring me most value if I resell it.
And also, if you are looking at the eyes of the investor, definitely.
Well, you should always think, is this going to bring me more money if I do this to my home or not? Does it bring me value or not? So, I mean, would I like a separate wing for whatever? Yes. Is that wing going to bring me more money? If it's actual square footage that is heated, yes. If it's just a barn, no.
No. Therefore, I think the simplest project that you can do and is always useful is painting. No, the
Keep
house
it fresh.
Keep it fresh, and people love it. Even if you wanted to sell it someday, that makes more buyers to your house.
And honestly, kitchens and bathrooms are things that people look at the most. So if you keep those up to date, you're going to get the most value rather than
Exactly.
adding the sunroom, adding the additional spaces that you're thinking about. Like, oh, I can do all of these fun things. If you stick to what is really going to bring money, which is kitchens and bathrooms, and making the place look updated and modern, that's kind of that's going to bring you money in the long term.
The next thing that we wanted to talk about, which you need always to be alert, is property value consideration. No, even if you have the plan to live in your house 5, 10, 15 years, you name it, whatever you wanted to say in that house, you need to always to be aware and informed from the real estate local market that you are.
So you want to pay attention to what your house value is. Get the monthly email. It's not a big deal. You can go to our website if you're in our area, Alan Victoria, put your thing and you'll get the monthly emails. You can go to any of those websites. Really just stay up to date with what your number is based on the computer calculations. That way, yes, your home value might be different than the computer evaluation, but it's going to be something to take into consideration. What else would you say for tips?
DIY project,
yes.
No?
DIY as much as possible, 100% all the time.
Therefore, we're talking about like a minor repairs, painting, but some of you might maybe have a lot of good skills, like you can do carpenting or doing electric around the house.
I'll tell you, my dream is getting rid of the carpets on the stairs. So if we somehow knew how to do that and we have more more carpentry skills, we would do that, but we don't have that skill. So it is something we have to hire out for because we do not have that DIY ability for that specific thing. I'm just so afraid that I'll mess up a stair. For regular floor, I'm not afraid, but for stairs, I'm a little afraid that if you mess up, you'll have a problem.
Next thing is talk about energy efficiency, you know? What is about energy efficiency?
Caulk your windows every year. Very simple. Solar panels, energy efficient windows, insulation, upgrading machines, keeping everything as energy efficient as possible, because the last thing you need to do is all of your money that you're spending for utilities to heat your house going right out the window or the walls because they're not strong.
Exactly. The next thing that we wanted to talk about, discount and tax benefit. And this is one of the actually benefits of being a homeowner. No?
Right. You can look at whatever they're offering from the government, take it. Like, take the free money. Why are we not taking it? So find out what they are every single year as a homeowner. Take it from the tax deduction and look into those rebates because they do add up over time.
Exactly. And don't forget to call us at 252-327-3357. We'd love to help you. And also write us a comment and share with us your thoughts. And see you in the next podcast and video.